Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this July the 13th, 2025, cryptocurrency and the blockchain update. And we're going to give you this quick update, and you can see Bitcoin hit another all-time high. And it's continuing to appear as the track and the rising channel that we've been in is going to be the one that's trying to play out here, as your next upper target is currently the upper end of this rising channel, all the way up here at 152,441.27. Obviously, it doesn't have to go there, but we can't deny but respect this rising channel that we've been in ever since the COVID capitulation and mountain double top with the 70% correction down to 15,000. We've been in this rising channel, repeatedly hitting lower support, upper resistance, lower support, upper resistance, attempted breakout, then a long consolidation, then the Donald Trump rally, then a 35% back to lower support, and now we're bouncing off that and attempting to make a full lateral move all the way back up. Obviously, the moving averages are trending up, and obviously, if you're above this 50-day moving average and this rising channel support, you're very bullish, super bullish when you're above the 50-day moving average, and you're above that right now, and you're at a new all-time high in price discovery with all the buying from the institutions and the main and the 1% BlackRocks and those type of funds that are purchasing all the Bitcoin, so that way the retail trader that don't want to buy it via taking their own custody of it, they're going to buy it in their retirement or via the ETF instead of just buying it themselves while paying a fee to the asset manager instead of just owning the physical Bitcoin themselves. And right now that's driving up the price because they're buying, and they're buying a lot over the last 95, 100 days. So we're going to watch that, and that's what we're looking at this week. Are we going to make a run up this week to 152,000 or continue in that direction? Or is there going to be another classic sell-off where this week comes in and then we start to trade down, and before you know it, later on this month or in August at a higher level, but we're back at upper resistance or lower support. But if it happens in a couple of weeks, it would be up at 108, 109,000, right? So that's what we're looking with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dominance continues to fall because the altcoins continue to rise. You can see Ethereum right now, they've had a lot of institutional buying too. And if this thing breaks bullish, which is consolidating just below the 3,074.29, if this breaks bullish, your next major pump will shoot through this green support zone, and your next target brings you all the way up here near the old all-time high. Or the swing high from 24 of $4,000, getting within striking distance of the old all-time high at $4,833. So these are the next two targets we're looking at if we go bullish. You got your first target all the way up here at 4,000, and then you would try to attack the all-time high. Obviously, if this gets rejected, you want to stay above on a consolidation the underneath moving averages to stay bullish, right? But right now we're consolidating like you would expect, just below a major resistance zone at $3,074. And on a breakout, your technical target is all the way up there at $4,000. The XLM did the full lateral move. We thought from back at 63 cents, it would come down to 18 cents and then make the move to 43 cents. But it made the double bottom, and it became apparent with the rest of the market last week that it was possible, if not likely, to at least get to the 31. This weekend, we not only held the support, and you'll see the support we held in the hour time frame. On Friday, we were right here. See this right here? We were in there on the video, and we said this weekend you're going to look to hold this 36 cents as support, and if it does, you can attack the 43 cents, which it did. And now what you're looking at on the new weekly candle is on any kind of retest, you flip now this 43 cents to major support, and then that could be what kicks you up and continues to the upside. And if it does do that, you're going to be attempting to break the regional high of 63 cents. If any kind of a breakdown, even though the volume is surging over the weekend in the last several days, to get more short-term bearish, you would see the 43 cents and go underneath it and flip that, and that would be your short-term bearish action line right now. But as long as you're above the 43 cents, you can attack the next level. And the next level, if you look over here, is all the way up here near the 43 to 51 cents, major upper resistance. You can see where you're at now with the current price, where you're going to try to break. And then if you break that, there's nothing in between then and the regional swing high of 63 cents. So this is going to be a very interesting week that we're watching and following. Same thing with the XRP. It broke straight through this major resistance zone here. So we knew 255 was coming. Then we said we're attacking the 302 if we continue to the upside. It's consolidated. And if it continues to the upside, as we've had a surge in volume there too, if we look at the daily volume and delete that because we don't care about the ad free, you can see the daily volume has picked up, not crazy, but has picked up noticeably. And if we consolidate here and stay above the 56 to 82 cents, we consolidate like we are. The next leg to the upside would be to attack the 302, flip it to support, and then make a run at the local swing high of 340, just below the all-time high. And potentially, like we've been talking about, the end of 2025 going into 2026, end game of the bull market, we could be looking at a $5 or $8 target. But right now, we're just going to see how high this pump can go. Is this just an over-exuberant pump like we've seen in the past? Or is this something that can be sustained and can have price appreciation and have the $3 as the new $1.80? Or is there still more room to the downside? We'll have to wait and see, because the tariffs, which is the existential force, and Trump does not want to look like he's soft and has no cojones. And if he implements the tariffs, you'll see the stock market sell off like it did in the spring. You'll see the cryptos sell off like it did in the spring if he actually brings back the tariffs and implements them like he says he's gonna in a couple of weeks. And you would see the mining sector continue to soar, right? So these are going to be very critical for the short term of the price, as the existential could derail the current movement if he implements the tariffs again, right? But right now, the AMP, we're still seeing if we can't get a nice rally for the first time in 4 or 5 months, which is normal for AMP. You can see after the one peak in March, it didn't have its second peak until December. So it almost took a